Hi, and welcome back to another video update of my saltwater aquariums. This is Robert Garrettson, and as you can see, this is my BioCube 8-gallon. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time on there. I just wanted to show how good this tank's doing. I started feeding the corals. Normally, I just let them filter feed, and whatever's floating around the tank feed them, as well as photosynthesis. But I started feeding them, and wow, thought they were doing good before. They're doing great now. So, quick overview of the tank. Nemo. Alright. There's my BioCube. But the big changes have been in my 20-gallon. Big comment was paint the background. Well, I didn't paint it, but I put an aquarium background on it. So now you can't see through the tank. Feeding has been a big thing. I've changed up with my feeding routine with livestock in my tank. I'm feeding brine shrimp still to my anemones. There's the big one, and then there's the purple, but I'm also feeding them silver sides. And just started that recently, and actually last night fed this guy right there, and he's loving it. He's big and poofy today, so I'll continue alternating between brine shrimp and silver sides. My Goniopora, you can see it's starting to come out a little bit. I cleaned the glass earlier, and it sucks up every time I clean the glass, or if a crab gets by or whatever disturbs it. But the Goniopora is doing great. I'm also feeding that something else besides brine shrimp, and it's doing great. The clownfish are doing awesome. Other than a few little tiffs here and there, especially around feeding time, things are going really good with these guys. The maroon is, every more and more every day getting his gold stripes in. Can't wait for him to have that. But everything's good with my clownfish. Some big changes equipment wise. As you can see, I ditched my DIY protein skimmer, and I went to a actual commercially made protein skimmer. It's only gotten a few days on this, so we'll wait and see. This is the one I'm using, is the Fluval C protein skimmer. It costs around $70. Not too much compared to some of the other protein skimmers, but one of the things is I have not seen any video reviews on YouTube for this when I searched for this protein skimmer. So on my next video I will do a full review on this, as it takes about a week for it to break in. I've already had some skin in it. It's got a collection cup that moves up and down, so you can get a wet or dry skin in it. And get this off here. As you can see, it does pretty good. And then on top of the cap here is where you adjust your bubbles. So I'll do a full review on that next week. For food, this is what I'm feeding my corals, the Camp Marine Phytoplex. Everything seems to be loving, not just the corals. What I feed, the crabs come out, and even the fish get wild. And then what I dose for the tank, since now I'm watching that a lot more heavily in my 20-gallon due to the SPS corals. For alkalinity, I use the Super Buffer from Camp Marine, and then for calcium, I use the Turbo Calcium Camp Marine. And I've had good luck with these. I've been using these for my BioCube when I do my water changes, and that's been good for the BioCube. The Super Buffer I use on my water changes, and then the Turbo Calcium, I have a calculator I use that determines how much I need to dose. I will post that calculator on my Facebook page. So if you're interested in a calculator that'll help you with your dosing, it's a great one. It hasn't failed me yet, so I'll get that on my Facebook page. So, all in all, everything's going good. One of the other big projects that I have is I'm adding a refugium. And you see I got Chiato and Live Rock Rebel, but I don't have this plum. Every time I do the power failure test with my overflow, it fails the fail test. So hopefully here with the next few days I will have a new overflow, a CPR overflow box. But until then, we'll just wait and see on the refugium. I got everything to go and to keep it maintained, but I can't wait to get that going. And so there's the whole shot of my tank. If you have any questions or comments, you can post them below on this video, as well as you can find me on Facebook. Just search for Robert's Aquarium page. Of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And thank you for watching, and I will get back to you guys next week with a full update and a review on the Fluval Sea protein skimmer.